Hi, and welcome to video 3 in this Internet Marketing Starter Series. In this video, we're going to set up a hosting account so we can actually put our website somewhere on the web and point our new domain that we bought in the last video and point it directly at our hosting account so we can actually see our website. Now, in the last video, I said we're going to use HostGator because they're doing some really special deals right now rather than using GoDaddy where we purchase our domain. Now, the reason for this is HostGator is currently running an offer where you get unlimited bandwidth, unlimited domains, and unlimited storage, all for one low monthly charge. And that's really good. That basically means for one low monthly charge, we can have as many websites as we like, using as much bandwidth as we like, and we're not limited in any way with our storage. And that is really phenomenal. The other reason I really like HostGator is I use the same data center these guys use, using exactly the same servers for my own personal projects and business stuff. So I know the infrastructure, the backup, the whole network, and everything that's behind this company is solid because I use it myself. And don't get me wrong, GoDaddy is a great host, but I really like HostGator as well. If you're planning on using or creating 2 or more websites, then look at HostGator as a very viable option. Now, getting into more detail, which package you choose really depends on what you expect to need as your business. Now, if you're going to have an e-commerce store with hundreds of thousands of products, then you're going to be needing a lot more power than someone running what I call a brochureware website, which is basically a kind of a brochure as a website saying, hey, this is where I am, this is what I do, here's a kind of showcase of what I do, call me. That's what I call a brochureware site. If you're running an e-commerce site with a couple of 100,000 products, you're going to have a lot more demands and you're going to need a lot more power, in which case a dedicated server may be more suited to your needs, and you'll have to investigate a little more into what kind of power and what requirements your software that you're going to run actually needs, and that is a little bit beyond what we're going to do in this Internet Marketing Starter Series. The other option they give is what's called a reseller pack, which basically allows you to become your own miniature web host. You can actually then sell hosting to other people. And that's a business model some people have used quite successfully, and I've used it myself in the past. But what we're going to look at is the regular hosting packages. So you have 3 options up here. You can click this button, but I want to show you the details. So click up here and you can actually do a side-by-side comparison. And let me click that again. Okay. Now, one thing to note up here, they always run a coupon code. I like this about HostGator. They always run a little coupon incentive. So make a note of whatever that is. We'll use that later on and get ourselves a discount. Right now it's Snowman because it's coming up to Christmas, but they run them all times a year. And here's our 3 options. Now, first of all, you have 2 operating systems. You can either use Linux or Windows. My personal recommendation is using Linux. And yes, I'm biased. I am a Linux guy. But in terms of hosting and all the stuff I've done over the years with different web hosts, websites, application development, Linux is the better web hosting platform. So ignore the Windows, forget it even exists. Just use Linux. And they give you 3 packages with different power levels for each. Now, they give you the Hatchling, which is only $4.95 a month, but that limits you to 1 domain, but you get unlimited bandwidth and unlimited disk space, and that's a pretty good deal. However, the ones I look at is the Baby and the Business. I prefer the Business because that gives you a free dedicated IP address as well as an SSL if you're doing anything with logins or membership websites, or you want just a little extra security. This is really the ideal package, and it gives you unlimited disk space, unlimited bandwidth, and unlimited domains. So we can have as many websites as we like with the Baby and the Business and have these unlimited resources. The only difference is you get the free dedicated IP and the SSL for a little bit more a month. Now, one thing to note, you get these really great deals if you buy for a few like years in advance. If you pay for 3 years up front, it breaks down to $4.95 a month. And for the one I like, it's pay monthly. It's $14.95 a month if you go month to month, which is great. That's what I usually do. But if you want to pay up front for 3 years, you do get a wee bit of a discount per month, and you can multiply $12.95 by 36, and that would give you how much that would cost. But let's have a look at some of the other stuff you get. Now, I'm not going to go through in great detail all of this stuff, but I'll call out the main points. The main package, you get Site Builder, which is kind of like an automated site builder. It's okay. It's not great. It's not my favorite one, and I'll show you some better ways to do this later on. But you do get 24/7 support, instant backups, and I'll cover this in another part of the video later on, how to back up your website and make sure that you have secure backups. There's no contract. You're not nailed to any contract for any period of time, and some people have been caught short with that with different web hosts. I try to avoid that where possible. A 99.9% uptime guarantee, which is very good, and that's kind of industry standard, but it's good to have that peace of mind. You also get a 45-day money-back guarantee. If you're not happy with the service in any way, you will get your money back. I've never ever had to use that, but I have heard with that they do honor that really well. You get free instant setup, and it is pretty quick. Once you've paid for it, you get your information really quick, and you also get all sorts of other extras like domain FTP features. You get unlimited add-on and park domains, anonymous FTP, subdomains, and those are kind of standard across the board, unlimited and unlimited FTP accounts. Then we come to the tech geek stuff. So if you don't understand what any of this is, don't worry about it. It's not really that important to us. It's just good to know it's here for us. But you get PHP 5, which is the standard. That is the latest PHP. It's very secure, and a lot of the stuff that we're going to use in this series is actually based on PHP and MySQL. We're using the most current version, so they're secure. And a few other things as well. You get SSH, which is a way to connect to the box through a command line. I'm not going to bore you with all the geek stuff. And a lot of other cool stuff as well that is really going to help you with what you're doing. And you also get streaming audio and video, which for internet marketers is a very useful thing. And you get unlimited email accounts. You can have thousands of email accounts using up as much size as you want. So in the first video, we created a 7 gigabyte or 7.2 gigabyte email account with Gmail. You can actually create the same thing here, eating into your unlimited resources. Well, it's unlimited, doesn't matter. You can create a 7 gigabyte, a 14 gigabyte, whatever you want. You can have as much email capacity as you want. And you can have email lists, autoresponders, spam filters, all of that's configured as part of your stuff. And some of the really important things here is we have what's called Fantastico. I'm not going to go into that too much right now, but this allows us to very, very quickly install some of the main software that you'll probably want as a website business owner. And this allows us to install WordPress, Joomla, e-commerce software, and all sorts of stuff with just a few short clicks and no technical knowledge needed. So that's a very, very important aspect here. And we have all sorts of other cool stuff that we'll not really cover right now. We're not going into in too depth. But we also have statistics tracking. We have the ability, as I say, to install e-commerce stuff, and that's all part of your package if you get the business package. So I'm going to order this now. This is the one I'm going to get, and I recommend you do too. It's the business pack. Okay, so we're at the beginning of the order wizard, and the first thing it asks us in setting up this account is if we need a domain or if we already have one. Now, obviously, in the last video, we purchased one with GoDaddy, and we got that for just over $10. If you buy it here, it costs $15, which is why we set it up with GoDaddy. But one thing to note is if you do get it here, you can actually apply that discount coupon to your entire order, and that will also include a discount on your domain purchase. Now, it's still cheaper to get it from GoDaddy, so that's why we did that. So we'll put this in here. We'll put in our domain that we got, which was poolcarecleaning.com, and hit the next button. So now we get into more detail here, and we can see that we've got our domain set up, and it's the business package. Here's the domain we're going to be using, and here's the billing cycle. Now you can see here it's currently set for monthly at $14.95, and we can put in our coupon code here. But I'm going to show you a really sneaky trick. Now, if you wanted to pay for 3 years up front, or any one of these higher grade packages, your coupon code actually applies against this as well. Now, we saw at the beginning that 36 months at $12.95, that's how we qualify for that. What does work out to be about $466.20. But I'm going to show you how you can save a lot more. Now watch this. So it's 36 months. If we put in the coupon code, calculate totals, it'll give us 20% off extra above that. We can save an extra $100. Now I'm going to show you this. Let me see, I've got the calculator here. So say it's 372 divided by the 36. So instead of being $12.95, you basically squeeze that price down to $10.33 a month. Now, doesn't sound like much, but when you consider that's a $93 saving, that can work out rather nicely. You know, what can you spend $93 on? Yeah. So there you go. Anyway, we're going to go monthly on this. I just wanted to show you that you could save yourself a ton of money. And we're still going to put in the coupon code, Snowman, and we'll calculate totals. Now, as you can see here, we're almost at the end. We have the monthly fee of $14.95. We're saving $2.99 with our 20% discount. It's a hell of a drop from $93, I know. But we still save a little bit off our first month. Our first payment will be $11.96, and then every month after be $14.95. Now, if you already have an account with HostGator, you can add it to an existing account, or in this case, we're going to be a new customer. So we'll click on Continue. And again, I'm going to put in some real information here. Error, your email address or password is invalid. Oh, maybe I clicked the wrong button here. But let's go through this. And we're not going to put any company information in there. Don't need to. And okay, now we'll put in our Gmail password, which we have over here, our poolcleanerbob@gmail. And I'm going to fill all this in a second, but you'll see here you can set up your username. Important note here, username may not contain hyphens or spaces, and must start with a lowercase letter, but do whatever you think is right for yourself and what's memorable to you, and the same with the password. The password cannot contain any part of the username, and then go and enter your payment information here, your cardholder name, the card type, and expiration, and the security code. That's the code on the back of your card. And now, this is for UK debit card holders. I'm from the UK, as you can tell. So if you're in the UK, you have the start date, expiration date, and the issue number on your debit cards. If you're in America or any other country that doesn't use this, don't worry about it. And then just double check all of your information, and then make sure you've read these terms and conditions. Some very important information in there, so make sure you check it. And then once you've read that, click on yes, and then verify my order. So I'm going to pause this video. I'm going to enter in my information and complete this account sign up. So here we go. We've gone through the entering the payment information, and there was one page between the page we were on and this thank you page, which was just a confirmation of all the details. You need to run through that and then click confirm, and then you'll get to this page, which will show you poolcarecleaning.com is the primary domain. It's set up. We're going to change our name servers, which we'll do in a moment, and then we've got the main package, which is the business package with the $14.95. It shows that that's the total less our discount is $11.96, and then it'll tell you the next payment will be due on whichever date it is, which in this case is the 21st of January 2009. And it'll let you know that domain renewals will be billed separately later if you got it with them. But here we go. This is information you need to write down and you should also get this in your email, which we'll check here. If I go and click on my inbox, and sure enough, here we go, and I'll click on this. So here's our email from HostGator, and as you can see here, it says, okay, thank you for choosing HostGator as your web hosting provider. This email confirms that we received your order. Now what happens now is they're either going to phone you or contact you in some way with the information you gave them to confirm that, hey, were you the one who set up the account? And it's just for security purposes and also to protect, to make sure no one's buying something on your card. And that usually takes about 20 minutes. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to end this video right here, and then in the next video, video 4, we're going to go and take the information they gave us, and we're going to point our domain at our new web hosting account and set up an email account with our new domain and kind of get things rocking and rolling, and then we're almost at the stage where we can start creating a website. So I will see you in video 4.